Namaskar and welcome to the online class. Hello, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are well. Today we will discuss about chapter 7, good health and yoga and postures of sitting, section 1. My dear students, today I will discuss some important points of section 1, good health and yoga. We cannot perform even our religious rites properly. So it is said, Shariram Adyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. It means first we have to give attention to our body and keep it proper. Then we will practice religion. That means first we have to take care of our health. So there are some rules. Some rules are to be obeyed to keep this health. They are regular sports, exercise, yoga, balanced diet, occasional starvation, to keep the mind merry in all the situations, both well and woe, etc. Now let us discuss yoga as the ways of keeping health. What is yoga exercise? One of the ways of practice of yoga is exercise. To control respiration, special methods for bodily movements or postures of sitting, all these in a word is called yoga exercise. What does the word yoga mean? The word yoga has two meanings. One is unification to Ishwar and the other is control over the act of thought. We need to control our mind and senses so that we cannot do any harmful work against them. The yoga exercise is one of the ways to keep health, controlling both body and mind. Now let us come to some usefulness of yoga practice. Memory power increases. Means you can remember everything properly. Nerves become fresh and muscles strong. Constipation is removed. Resistance power increases. Means you can fight with any disease, any problems. Some diseases are cured. Strength of body and mind increases. Now let's see what is called balanced diet. Balanced diet is one of the ways to keep health. What is diet? To take food and drink water is what we call our diet. So why do we take diet? Diet is needed to compensate the loss, help the growth, the power of energy and the resistance of the body. But that diet must be proportionate and nutritious. So balanced diet means proportionate and nutritious diet. What will happen if we follow imbalanced diet? Generally we prefer palatable food, means junk food, and when we get palatable foods we begin to take them abundantly. We eat too much. Abundantly means too much eating. We forget that too much eating or disproportionate food is harmful to health. Then we fall ill. So Sri Ramakrishna Paramahansa says, eat less if you want to have much. Means eat proportionate food. Dear students, what will happen if you do not take food at all? Again, if we won't take any food, it will not compensate the loss of body, and hence we will lose our energy for work. we will be weak. These are the causes if we not take food at all. Our body will be inactive and then it will be destroyed. Then there will be an end to our life. Only to live we need food. Again, inadequate food is also harmful to health. It sickens our body and mind. Sometimes we collapse too. So we will take our foods proportionately as to our needs. We will abstain ourselves from taking disproportionate or imbalanced diet. Now, starvation or fasting. To make an interval for taking food is starvation. The other name for starvation is hunger. In other words, starvation is called uposh. Now let's see what are the benefits of starvation, means uposh. Our body will go inactive if we totally starve. Again, too much eating will also harm it. Again, occasional starving is also necessary to keep the health well. In the Hindu scriptures, there is advice for regulated starvation along with proportionate food. Occasional starvation for a measured time increases the physical capacity for taking foods and keeps it well. Sometimes we fast. These are the benefits of fasting. That is, increases the physical capacity for taking food, keeps our body well. So, the Hindu religion gives importance for starvation or taking light food on the particular days of Ekadashi or 11, Purnima or full moon, and on the last day of the dark fortnight or Amavasya. These are few days when we starve. So, yoga, balanced diet and fasting are parts of religion. We cannot worship our Ishwar or gods and goddesses if our body and mind is not well. So, for proper religious activities, means to perform our religious activities, to do puja, we need the well-being of our body and mind. And the yoga exercise is one of the best ways to keep it well. Most important is yoga exercise. The same also happens in the taking of balanced food and starvation. When do we observe fasting? We observe fasting at Puja Parvan, worship of gods and goddesses and celebration of festivals, and the performation of religious rituals. We take food breaking our fasting when the puja is over. For example, we take food after offering Anjali, oblation, at the time of Saraswati Puja, goddess of learning. Yoga exercise makes our body and mind ready for unification with Ishwar. Measured or balanced food and fast teach us self-control. So, yoga exercise makes our body and mind ready to worship Ishwar. Measured or balanced food means balanced diet, and fast means uposh, teach us self-control. And self-control is one of the best attributes of religion. Self-control means to control our body and mind. It is the first step of adoration. So, it is found that religion has a close relation with the practice of yoga, balanced food and fasting. Students, I will give you some homework from this chapter. So finish your homework in time. I hope you understood this class. That's all for today. Thank you very much.